work with generative systems, write software. I fine-tune the system so I can kind of model those systems in the computer, which is really interesting to me, but I don't know specifically what's going to happen. Right? So there's chance and there's randomness and there's a little bit of chaos built into what happens. And I love that with the computer. Like, I love that you can kind of build this thing that becomes serendipitous and is unpredictable in interesting ways. But it also can kind of stand in for a base upon which to build poetics, exhibit chaos and conflict and entropy. I'm interested in the idea of these systems talking to what happens societally, right? And for me, I'm interested in how those systems can be a stand-in and speak to things that are happening writ large. So whether it's politics, whether it's, for me, primarily I'm interested in notions of like climate change and ecological shifts and those types of things. But I think that they're all interconnected. Like, they speak to the same thing. There's this notion of emergence. And emergence is really interesting because it works at multiple scales in all kinds of different fields. And it's just this idea of lots of simple rules accumulating into something that feels complex and appears more complex. And I kind of wanted to try to figure out how to navigate that with digital media, with time-based media, and to be sort of non-prescriptive about how a viewer experiences it, how long they take with the piece, how short they take with the piece. Just to kind of build a relationship between the work and the viewer that's a bit more open-ended and leaves room for a certain level of ambiguity. And so I don't want to be overly deterministic in what people see and take from it. I want to kind of point in a direction that I find interesting. And then my personal sort of measure for whether it's getting somewhere is how long I can sit and look at it and watch it. And then I to some degree, hope that that translates to how a viewer experiences it, that they'll want to slow down and take it in. And then find ways to get that into a physical space, right? We sit with a painting or a sculpture and it's sort of inherently static, and we can kind of dictate the pace and the time we want to spend with it, and leaves room for people to draw their own conclusions. But it's interesting to me when people see parallels that are different but on the same wavelength.